money. I said, they're on the road. I'm broke.
There we go. Never forget one night, me and my brother are here listening to the game on TV, and it went into extra innings. It was like the 10th inning. So he said, let's get in the car and go sneak in and try and see the end of the game. Game went like 20, 21 innings. We saw a whole game.
Saw a whole game. That's when we lived closer to the stadium. Anyway, another Shield of Dreams production. We've got shows coming. We had the Coaches Howl and Prowl show yesterday with Coach J. David Miller. Quick recap of the game on Saturday. The California Sharks hosted the SoCal Coyotes. And, we talked with Jake Sheffield and Coach. The Sharks had good defense, but they could never get any offensive positions on the field. They were stuck inside their own 5-yard line. We had a couple safeties and a touchdown and a block punt. So the Sharks have to work on their offensive input. On the Sport Report, we're going to be announcing everything that's coming aboard. We'd love for your help. Click on us, like us at the Coachella Sports and Entertainment Stadium Authority. We've got some exciting things. It's already October. Alex, we got the golf cart parade, the 54th golf cart parade, coming October 28th, obviously on El Paseo. What do you remember about the golf cart parade?
What a fun day at the on El Paseo. I had a golf cart business back in 1995, and it was so cool. We built an actual space shuttle and entered, and we won the Grand Marshals.
Yeah, we built
prize.
a space shuttle. They had the what do you call that ice? The dry ice.
Dry ice in the back.
Looked like the
trash
smoke
cans
coming
in
out of the
back.
engines.
He was driving the cart. We had like a limousine cart, and we had this was high tech back then. We had a video camera in the nose cone of the shuttle, and he was driving through the camera.
Without Scott Alvarez's help, it was amazing.
There was about 10,000 people there. It was a fun day.
It was a fun day. So the golf cart parade is coming October 28th. What else is going on? Coming up in November, during Thanksgiving, my friend out there, Alex Hagan at the Empire Polo Club, while he puts on one heck of a season of polo, but in November, he will make the United States Field Hockey Championships will be held that weekend. The economic impact, and we're going to talk about sports tourism here in a moment, but will be about $300,000. 99.9% of the people that will be participating will not be from here, and it's really exciting. Alex Hagan does an amazing job. I believe he indicated that he has the most contiguous polo fields in the world, and they come in from all over the world. And I've been covering the polo for the last couple of years. Have you ever been to a polo match?
I haven't.
You haven't?
I've driven by it. Yeah, no, I'm here. I have a lot of friends that go, and I'm going to be going this season. I hear it's just a fun time. You could tailgate. You just bring your car. You pay $10, and you sit there and you watch polo and have some breakfast and some drinks and make a day out of it.
Hey, I met Sylvester Stallone there last year. He dedicated the George S. Patton Field in memory of General Patton, who, of course, trained here in the desert during World War II. A lot of people don't know that. And, we're surrounded by military, so I feel pretty safe. Do you?
Absolutely.
Sports tourism, the Coachella Sports and Entertainment Stadium Authority. We made an announcement on July 19th that we will be building a 12,000-seat indoor stadium for multi-uses. We'll hopefully have a soccer, Los Coyotes, by 2021, a professional soccer team, along with an advanced medical facility, 55 and over senior living, which would be really exciting, and a hotel. And then, of course, we're going to have the entertainment, family entertainment there at the campus, if you want to call it, over off of Varner, where the Classic Club is. They have a nice golf course out there. But a lot of people don't know that the land owned by Burger Foundation is now part of the Coachella Sports and Entertainment Stadium Authority, and it's going to be exciting. You hear that? There's a lot of people getting excited about this.
It's going to be huge. It was exciting to be at the rollout when we had the media day and everyone introduced what was happening here. This is going to be huge. The impact on the economy is just going to be unbelievable when you have people coming from all over the country to our venue in the Coachella Valley so they could stay here for weekends, so they could buy food and go to restaurants and spend money here and make this a worldwide destination. This is going to be unbelievable. I'm very excited.
Well, it really, years ago when they had the Bob Hope Bob Hope, obviously, name was an integral part of the golf, but they've changed it. And you're seeing people now, Coachella and the music festivals that are out in India, out there on the polo fields, have changed the whole Coachella Valley. So now people know it's not just Palm Springs, it's the Coachella Valley and Coachella.
Good point. Yeah.
I saw the Rolling Stones last year, and I remember paying pay-per-view back in college. Pay-per-view. I didn't go. I paid $40. So I was trying to get Mick Jagger. He owes me $40 because they're still the number one rock and roll band, and they put on one heck of a show, Golden Voice. But it's also affecting tourism and sports tourism. If you look at, we did a presentation on July 19th, and we talked about a city, Westfield, Indiana, that changed an agricultural venue just such as the Coachella Valley, most of the East Coachella Valley. And they were a struggling agricultural community, and they did a report, HBO Sports. You can see it at csestadiumauthority.com. But they transformed 30, 40 soccer fields, 30, 40 baseball fields, indoor volleyball, and the economic impact on that city was a $145 million annual economic indicator. That's what we plan on doing here in this Coachella Valley, because most of the people out there are getting in their cars, and taking their kids to soccer games. They're driving from California to Arizona to Texas, and all throughout the country, sports tourism is booming. Did you ever go anywhere when you were a kid, or you just went down the street?
Mostly down the street, unless we won and traveled and got to go to different baseball venues. But yeah, no, I was fortunate to be involved in sports as a youth, and was fortunate to get a scholarship and play baseball at college. And I think it's just so important to have our youth, people that don't have anything other than sports and camaraderie. It's just so important to get kids involved in sports and bringing families together. So I think this is just going to have a huge impact.
I think it's going to have a huge impact. We've got the tourism report that the Coachella Sports and Entertainment Stadium Authority put out. I invite everybody to take a look at it, look at the video. But look at the kids, the youth that the SoCal Coyotes affect every year. About 30 to 40,000 youth. We just did a above-the-line curriculum the other day at Raymond Cree in Cathedral in Palm Springs, and we met with over almost 1,200 kids. Ron DeGrande, Coach J. David Miller, Coach Robert Cummings were all there, along with Ridge Turner and a few of the other players. And these kids, we got to bring our kids back. We got to teach them, the family values, consideration, and respect, and that's what our youth is getting from the Coachella Sports and Entertainment Authority. Well, we're going to have this as a destination so people can come. Alex, give me an example of what some of the economic impact would be of, let's say, 50 girls coming out here to play softball. Go ahead and read it.
Read this. Here's an example of the impact one event might have based upon these inputs for a 50-team girls fast pitch tournament. Each team brings 15 players and another 30 family and friends. The event requires a 2-night stay. 50 teams times 45 people times 2 nights equals 3,500 visitor nights. Each night, day of the stay, visitors spend an average of $75, their share in the price of the room plus food and beverages and retail purchases. 3,500 times $75 equals an estimated direct visitor spending of $262,500 that's going to the local economy.
That's an amazing statistic.
That's one weekend.
And it's one weekend. So if you look at what field hockey, and this is just a small example, because you can have the Coachella Valley can handle, as we continue to expand to the East Coachella Valley in the coming months and years, where we're going to have the very similar as Westfield, Indiana. You can always YouTube the HBO Sports narrative on sports tourism. It's just amazing that, as an example, we've got coming up in December, we have an Ironman coming up. La Quinta and Indian Wells are doing an Ironman. Have you ever done an Ironman? Let me answer that for you.
I only, yeah, I swam 26. I ran 20. I ran 100 miles. I swam. No, I have not done an Ironman.
Scott, have you done an Ironman? Nope, he hasn't done one either. I finished 20 of them on TV. The Ironman, they're going to have it. They're going to swim out at Lake Kauai, and then they're going to bike all the way to Indian Wells, and then they're going to run on the golf course and the canal there at Indian Wells. That is, let me double check that. That's the Ironman is December. December. My Ironman, December 9th. I was looking at my field hockey. That's going to happen in November, Thanksgiving weekend. So there's going to be a lot going on that weekend, along with, check your calendars. Take a listen to all the shows tomorrow. We're going to have Jake and Mike do SWAT Fit. That'll be done at SWAT Fuel. And we'd like to thank our sponsor, SWAT Fuel, and also Big Rock Pub is also having a big event. But we're going to take a quick break. We're going to run a couple of, we'll see if we have a couple guests. We think that, well, we don't know if she's available, but Lucy Rosario might be in the neighborhood, and she's been known to do some of the Spanish reporting for Univision, and we'll see if we can get her. She's extremely busy. I'm Conrad Negron, another Shield of Dreams production brought to you by the Coachella Sports and Entertainment Stadium Authority. Everybody stay with us. another Shield of Dreams production. It's the Sport Report. I'm your host, Conrad Negron, for the Coachella Sports and Entertainment Stadium Authority. We're coming to you live every Tuesday. We're at Coachella Sports offices today. Alex Negron's here. Alex is going to start doing some play-by-play for the SoCal Coyotes. Are you ready for the big game next week?
I believe I am. Yes.
I hope you are. We'll get your microphone. I think we're all loud and clear, aren't we, Scott? We're trying to do technical difficulties. We're running this. Anybody got any comments, any good or bad? Hopefully our audio and our video. You have technical difficulties today. Like at the game on Saturday, the Wi-Fi would cut out and we'd have a delay. We have no control over that. You can't even blame Alvarez Media for that.
Well, what? Yeah. Just messing with you. We're good.
Hey, just remember, if you want to predict the future, you need to create it. And if you don't build it, they will not come. That's a different spin on it. But that's what our founder and fearless leader J. David Miller said, that we're going to build it and they will come. And that's what we're doing as we're excited about this new announcement that's been going on for a couple weeks. We're working with Richmond Honan, and they're doing a great job. It's all done internally, from plans, infrastructure changes, renderings, and then exactly what we're going to be having there. I'm thinking about having maybe Conrad's Tacos, What do you think?
I'm thinking a double chili burger.
Double chili burger. We're going to have double chili burgers. Let's talk a little bit about high school football. I have the scores from Friday night. Let me read them off real quick. Palm Desert beat Shadow Hills. Palm Desert is now, I believe, 6-0. And then we had Palm Springs 14, Xavier 20. And also I want to say prayers to the young men that were involved in an accident, I believe, on Friday night. I don't have any real updates today at this moment other than, we're praying for one of them who's in critical condition.
Now, let me ask one quick question about Palm Springs Xavier. Is that an upset? That just seemed different. You figure Palm Springs is going to beat them. Was that expected?
They was close. Again, Michael Carls and Taylor Pope and Derek Anderson, who play on the SoCal Coyotes, are coaches on the Xavier team. They obviously are coached well, and I believe it was an upset. It was. And La Quinta 21, Rancho Mirage 17, Coachella 70, Cathedral City 7. Coachella's got a pretty good team, I heard. And then we've got Banning 42, Desert Mirage 22. That's our guy Ridge Turner is coaching out there at Banning. That's our quarterback, receiver, defensive back, an amazing athlete, Ridge Turner. And then Indio 32, Yucca Valley 62. It sounds like a Coyote game. And then we've got Desert Hot Springs 8, 29 Palms 52. Have you been to a high school game in a while?
Not for a few years. My daughter was in the band at La Quinta High School, and I used to go and watch La Quinta play back 2007, 2008. It was fun.
Well, they got a big game coming up. It's who is it, Scott? Is it Xavier and Palm Desert? Because Palm Desert is undefeated, so I think that might be going on. Now, also, did you guys hear about this? A young lady, a sophomore at Palm Desert High School, Caroline Wales, one of 81 junior golfers from across the country that was selected by the First Tee, which is over here off of Cook Street. If you don't know it, you can play kind of a little bit of executive course over there and then get some really good lessons. She was selected to play at Pebble Beach in the First Tee Classic, and she was paired with Stephen Ames, who won the tour, the Players Championship back in 06. They tied for first, and then they had a shootout, and they finished second place. So congratulations to a local junior golfer. Wow, you're a pretty good golfer, Alex. Junior golf is competitive.
It's very competitive. I have a friend who's got a daughter who has been playing golf and practicing, and she's been winning tournaments. I watched her grow up, and I've known her since she's 5. Now I think she's 15 years old, and she's traveling and winning local tournaments and regional ones. So it's exciting to see young people play golf and learn and enjoy a sport. This is what we're all about.
Well, the juniors are coming up, and if you get kids involved at a young age, obviously soccer's taken over. It's a global sport. We just had the World Cup. The World Cup is coming here. What is it? 2022, I think. It's going to be in both Canada, United States, and Mexico. That's pretty exciting. Also, Xavier Prep swept the Palm Desert for Queens of Cook Street title. Xavier's the only undefeated volleyball team, girls volleyball, in the desert league. So the kids are doing a great job. I love volleyball, indoor volleyball. I always thought that was so difficult to play, and these girls and boys indoors play some tough volleyball.
Yeah, there was a local volleyball player that made headline news on national news, who I believe was from Palm Desert, I believe, and went to Brigham Young and just made just an unbelievable save that was just played over and over again on ESPN and Sports Center and things like that. So we got some national recognition. So this is a great thing out here.
Hey, we've got a lot of young players coming out of all of the schools here, and if you look at some of the Friday night lights, that's just a big thing, from flag football over at the parks off of Cook Street and also in La Quinta. The Friday night lights is booming. The Sport Report will be out there covering it. Alex will be out there in the streets. I'll be out there, and we need your help. Anything that we don't cover or not able to cover, Facebook us a message. Send us anything you can through the SoCal Coyotes website, which is thesocalcoyotes.com, or go to developmentalfootball.com. That's the DFI, Developmental Football International, that the SoCal Coyotes are playing in. And so it's all kind of tied into one. And we're going to have the SWAT Fit with Michael Carls and Jake Sheffield. That'll be live from SWAT Fuel. And then we'll have Coach Miller on Thursdays doing his Shield of Dreams ministry. And then on Friday, we'll be having Scott Alvarez with Coach Tom Flores. Remember him? Tom Flores won a couple Super Bowls with the Oakland Raiders. And he'll be teaching Scott Alvarez a little bit about football, which I'm sure you could teach all of us a little bit about football. Remember when the Raiders beat the Eagles back in before Scott was born, I think? I think it was something like that. Lucy Rosario is unable to make it to the set today. She's in traffic on Varner Road. She's backed up at the Shield at 1 Coyote Way. We'll try to get to her later. It might be that hurricane.
Stuck behind a train.
She's stuck behind a train out there. It gets rough out there. What else are we covering? We've got I always want to do a big shout out to Big Rock Pub. Big Rock Pub is a big sponsor of the SoCal Coyotes, and they've got the Cars, Stars, and Rock and Roll, a classic car auction. You can consign your car. You can get this brochure over at the Big Rock Pub. That will be held November 1st through the 4th, the Electric Garage Car Auction Experience. Have you ever been to a car auction like they do down in Palm Springs every year?
I went to the one, the McCormick's one in Palm Springs.
That's the big one.
They have it up in Pebble Beach, and then they had one down
here.
Yeah. So, yes, I didn't buy a car, but I was only about $100,000 short on my bid, but it was close. It was close.
Well, some of those cars are going for more than $100,000, but it's really interesting. But also they're going to have concerts. They're going to have live outdoor, the motels, and also the Georgia Satellites. Have you ever heard of them?
Love the Georgia Satellites.
What are they saying?
I got a little change in my pocket going jangle-lang-a-lang. I'm going to call you on the telephone, baby. Give you a ring.
Okay, that was... Well, we throw Alex in front. He'll just sing.
Put a microphone from me. I'm going to sing something.
We got the Georgia Satellites coming, Big Rock Pub. Everybody check it out. They've got some great stuff. They got some old Porsches. They got Woodies. They got old Chevys, Corvettes. It should be really exciting. We're going to take a quick break. Conrad Negron on the Shield of Dreams production at Coachella Sports and Entertainment Stadium Authority Sport Report. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Another Shields of Dreams production. Conrad Negron with Alex Negron here today, brought to you by the Coachella Sports and Entertainment Stadium Authority. Well, that's a lot. That's a lot. I say that real fast. CSEStadiumauthority.com. We invite everybody to check it out. I'd like to thank some of our sponsors: Olin Security, SWAT Fuel, and of course Big Rock Pub putting on the big car auction, Stars and Cars and Rock and Roll. Thanks for singing to us, Alex. We're going to try to keep that to a minimum, but let the satellites do that work for you.
Yeah.
Are you going to go?
Absolutely, I'll go.
I
went to their concert. They opened up for Tom Petty back in at the at the amphitheater in Universal City.
Universal City.
And they were so good back then. I'm sure they sound just as
They were good. They had those early videos, so everybody get down to the Big Rock Pub. Also, pickleball is coming to the Indian Wells Tennis Gardens. Let me just confirm that. That is November 3rd, through the 11th. Have you ever played? I'm a big tennis player. You play pickleball?
Yeah, at Indian Ridge.
It's just shrunk. They shrunk the tennis court, right?
Yeah.
Basically in half.
It's shrunk with a paddle and a tennis ball, so you're not running around as much, but it's still good exercise.
Well, tennis is grueling. I mean, I've played a lot of tennis, and when you're playing singles alone on a big court, I still think that the tennis players, the Novak Djokovic's and the Rafa Nadal's and obviously Roger Federer, are the greatest athletes in the world. I'll put them up against anybody.
No doubt.
Because those guys are out there, in Grand Slams playing 4 or 5 hours. And as we all know, the Tennis Gardens in March hosts the BNP Paribas, and it gets more amazing every year, doesn't it?
It sure does. Yeah.
I got to
and what Ellison has done to that stadium complex has been unbelievable for the Coachella Valley.
Well, I was go ahead.
I was going to say one other thing that a lot of people aren't aware of what's coming, and maybe you could elaborate on it. What's going on at Indian Wells Golf Resort with their putting course and their laser golf that's happening. It's going to be a venue, a destination for people to have something to do on Friday, Saturday nights with the food truck and fun golf in the evening at Indian Wells Golf Resort.
It's really exciting. Actually, I tell a story of my friend Alex Schulte, who is a young Native American. I met her in Florida, and she's trying to get on the golf tour. And we just became friends. We worked out with a trainer, and she was very shy. But we just stayed friends through Facebook and stuff. And I called her a couple months ago, and I said, "Hey, Alex, what are you doing?" She goes, "Well, I don't think I'm going to try to play golf anymore. I'm with this company called Golf Links." And I said, "I don't know what that is." And they said, "Well, it's a new way of introducing people to golf through lasers and computers." And I said, "Wow." She goes, "Yeah, our office is in Santa Ana. And so where are you?" I said, "I'm in Coachella Valley, specifically I'm in, close to Indian Wells." She goes, "Oh, my gosh, that's where our first laser show." And we went out. I took Mom out there a couple months ago before it opened. And what they do is it's like targets, and it's done with lasers. And a person who's never played golf before, as opposed to somebody who really knows, you can play. And it's kind of like bowling, golfing. And then Steve Rosen over at the Indian Wells Resort at the View, they've got a truck. They've got a food truck that they had painted. They're going to have food truck. They're going to have beverages. And then everybody will be able to bring 4 or 5 of their friends, have something to do. I believe it's going to be October 18th is going to be the launch. So everybody try to get out there. The Sport Report will be out of there. I will be there showing you how to play golf, which I've done for many, many years. I really haven't, have I?
No,
I'm not very good at golf anymore.
I'm not going to go there.
I won the title once, and I didn't cheat, and it was considered fair, and there was no FBI investigation. Alex, I look forward to working the show with you in the coming weeks. We're going to be all over the Coachella Valley. This is our first show of the year. Just want to get everybody started, get everybody hooked up. Go to CSEStadiumauthority.com and follow us. Follow us on Facebook, SoCal Coyotes, and the Coachella Sports and Entertainment Stadium Authority. And the Shield of Dreams Productions is going to be, we're just going to keep ramping it up. We want to get our fan base locked and loaded, as Pastor Cummings says. And faith, family, and football is alive in this here Coachella Valley. We invite all businesses that want to join the Coyote Club, $100 to join the Coyote Club, get VIP season tickets. We had one heck of a turnout. You had to park far away.
Yeah, the first game for the Ronald McDonald night, there was probably at least 500 people there.
Yeah, I think we got it up to maybe 750, but we had a big crowd, and Ronald McDonald House benefited, and then we also had the gala of the Few Good Men, which was a absolute raging success from a fundraising standpoint, and our coach and leader J. David Miller was one of the few good men. It was an exciting evening. Sorry you missed out, but we'll get you next time. For Coachella Sports and Entertainment and Shield of Dreams, I'm your host, Conrad Negron, with Alex Negron. That's your first sport report. Everybody have a safe day. God bless.
And live with passion.